Welcome to another episode of UnityTV. This is Lesley Langdon with you, and we're going to be using some Cosmo Cricut stamps today. This is Joyride on My Way. And I thought what a great idea for summer vacations to make a little tote for your kids to bring along and to collect all their little mementos. So here it is. This is what we're making today. You can see on the inside, nothing in here, but you can just see at the inside how it's just like a white paper on the back. All right, let's begin. Okay, so first thing you do is grab the tin that you're going to use. This one happens to be a Maya Road one that was filled with chipboard, and it has this acetate right here. So I've cut a piece of paper to fit, so you'll have to do some measuring and make sure that your watercolor paper fits in there. So put your tin aside, and now you can start creating your scene. So what I've done is I'm going to create a sun, a perfectly round sun. So I've used a Spellbinders standard circle die cut, and I've got my little circle here. I'm going to put it down where I want the sun to be, and then I'm going to take some tumbled glass distress ink, and I'm going to be using cut and dry foam, and I'm going to be inking myself a background here around the sun. Okay, so you just keep applying, just dab it. You can use a piece of repositionable tape to stick that sun down. I'm just going to hold on to it. You don't really have to worry about the edges because those are going to be hidden underneath the tin. So you can just see what that's looking like so far. So we're going to color that sun after. You'll see how we do that. Okay, so now that you're done inking your blue, just remove that die cut circle, and then you're going to take the piece of paper that you actually cut the circle from, and you're going to put it over top to where the sun is. Okay, and now you're going to color this piece with a yellow ink, and I'm going to use mustard seed distress ink. Okay, again, a piece of cut and dry foam. Just fill that in. This is a nice bright yellow. The more color you apply, the deeper the color is going to get. Okay, so that's a really rich yellow. Oh, so there you have your sun is created. Now it's time to stamp our images. Again, using the Cosmo Cricut. Joyride on My Way. So you'll need an acrylic block, and you'll need to use an image out of the set that appeals to you. Now I'm going to be using this one because it has a girl in the back, and if anyone's going to be using this tin, it will be my daughter. So you have quite a few images to choose from here, depending on what appeals to you. I'm going to be using this Memories dye ink, just a black. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp up a little bit because I want to make sure that this is in the frame of the tin. So just press down firmly, pick up, and there you have that. So at the same time, I'm going to take watercolor paper. The same watercolor paper that I used here. I'm just going to cut a piece. It comes in an 8.5 by 11 sheet. And I'm going to stamp that image again and color it. And just lift up. Now it's time to color it. Alright, so for the coloring, I'll get closer for you. I'm going to use a myriad of colors here. They're all by Copic. I'll go over each color after I use them, and they'll be at the supply list. So first is YG23. This is a nice green, so we're going to start coloring the car first. Okay, you're going to want to apply a nice coat to the whole car. We don't have to worry about going outside the lines because this is going to be cut out. Okay. I am going to cut this girl out, so I'm going to be careful around that. Okay, now where there are lines, I want you to go over that with the marker, okay? So be heavy around the lines. These colors will just layer and layer and layer. You can even color that top part there. Okay, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a darker color green into that car. And how I'm going to do that is by tip to tip. So this is G28. So I'm going to touch the tips together, the light one to the dark one, and I'm going to pull some color off there. Then this will help with my shading. Okay, you just keep doing that. You're just pulling like a really nice color. It's just a way to get a hint of that color without being really bold by applying it directly. Okay, so I'll do that here. Around the lines a little bit. You can have fun with this. If you want to see what it looks like direct, here I'll just do an example. See, it's a lot more evident when you do it direct. So maybe we'll just color this piece in here. Really dark green. Okay, now I'm going to have to blend this in a bit because that was too dark. I'm going to take the lighter color that I started with and I'm going to blend that in. Okay, you can do more blending over here and over here. Okay. So I'm done with that, with coloring the car. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out those. Well, first of all, I'm going to cut out the car. I'm going to forget those wheels because they're already stamped for us. I'm going to forget about the headlight there. Just going to cut out the basic shape, okay? Okay, so all of the car that you should have left is the car itself. So you're cutting out both windows because you want the blue background to show so that it really fits into your scene. Okay, so pull out a piece of paper to work behind. Then you'll want some sort of watermarking ink, or this one's perfect medium. You can also use Versamark. And apply ink to the whole scene. Okay, and then put your ultra thick embossing powder over top. Okay, and then shake off. We'll be doing this twice. We want 2 coats on here. You can see this nice coating of UT, so now we have to go and heat set it. You can heat set it from underneath. That works as well, and it stops all the crystals from spraying. Okay? This coat is done. You can see it's glossy there. Now we're going to do our second coat. So just follow the same procedure as the first time. The last step is to use one of the other Cosmo Cricut stamps, and that is this way. Okay? Actually, it's that way. So I'm just going to stamp it out on watercolor paper, just like the other pieces. Okay, now I'm going to cut it out. I just used a brown Espresso for this one. I love these shapes because... Okay, so I'm just going to finish this sign off by coloring it. Okay, now I'll glue it down with the same dry as clear adhesive. Now if you want, you could have done this before you applied the UT. Or you can do another little coat over top of this, which maybe I will. Okay. This will just make everything look like it's on the same plane when you apply the coat of UT. Alright, so I'm going to use a product called You Cut It Foam, and I'm going to cut strips, and this will help it adhere three-dimensionally inside the tin. So I'm going to cut 4 of these pieces for each side of the scene. the last piece in half. Okay. So one up here. Two. Three. What I recommend is have your tin the way that it's going to be set up, and then just looking straight on, position your piece. Okay, and then just press up so all that adhesive then sticks to the inside. Okay. All right, then there you have it. There is your travel tin, good for kids to store, you know, ticket stubs, receipts, day passes to events and trips, and whatever mementos they collect along the way. Thanks for watching.